Hey guys, what's happening? I'm Shizwack, and I'm back with another Should I Buy It, where I bring you a game of your choosing or my choosing, break it down, rip it apart, and give you everything you need to know to make a sound decision on that purchase. Today, I bring you The Crew. The Crew is an open-world racing MMO brought to you by Ivory Tower and Ubisoft. All kinds going on here, let's roll! And when you load right into the game, you will be greeted with this screen. You start on the map screen, we got some news and progression stuff going on in here. You'll see your profile picture with your level 1 to 50 basically. It doesn't take that long, it's not that important, but level just gives you access to other areas and some perks in a perk tree that give you that extra edge, whether it be on XP gain or maybe a bit of nitrous boost or maybe a little itty bitty bit of brake work or acceleration bonus. Awards, those are achievements of sorts. Those give you bonuses to gains later on. I'll explain that in a bit. My money, I have just over $100,000 or bucks, whatever you call it in game, and then 2 crew credits. Crew credits are purchasable in-game currency that can give you unlocks. Well, you can get unlocks to other cars any way you want. I mean, you can earn the money and just buy them with in-game money, or you can use these crew credits to get them extra fast. Doesn't really give you an edge. It might just get you cars a bit earlier, and that's pretty well it. It's not a pay-to-win game. They have the pay-to-play as a little bit of an option. We all know, if you're watching this video though, The Crew costs what a standard AAA game would cost upon release. Faction Spoils is a daily faction bonus. There are 5 factions in the game. Factions come at the end of the game. Look at it as an end game sort of mission base, and there's all kinds of stuff to be won in them. They reset every month. You can unlock unique cars to them, and it just really all depends on how much you put into your faction. It's a huge part of this game. Later on, I'm not going to get into it too much into this video because, again, I'm only level 38. I'm not all the way through the game, but I think I have a good idea here of what's going on and to give you the good idea on whether or not you may want to spend the money or not. So just note, lots of endgame content with factions. And then my current car, I'm driving a street spec Volkswagen Golf GTI. This is the map of the United States of America, modified a bit. So you'll see we have regions. The East Coast, the South, the Midwest, the Mountain States, and the West Coast, each associated with a faction. Well, what are these icons, Shiz? The map's littered with them. I know, guys. We have, these are called skills, and they're just all different kinds of little challenges of different difficulties with different rewards. You get everything from XP to bucks to car improvements. We also have main missions. You can redo them at any time. They give more money than your average skill will give you, so it could always be worth it to go back and replay them. They're always fun. They're just big-ass races of sorts with some cinematics in between. And then you'll see we have trains and planes, which give you the option to fast travel to any of the cities. You can also fast travel to anywhere on the map just by clicking somewhere you've had to have explored it, and you just go fast travel. Or you can set your waypoint and go there that way. The Wiki app, don't be fooled, it's not an actual wiki. They set this up with like a smartphone looking interface, so the Wiki app just gives you in-depth help system into certain parts of the game. It's quite handy actually. This map is fucking huge. Now I said a modified United States. So what they did is they set up some major cities with the smaller cities in between, put them in pretty much the spots they'd end up being in a state, got rid of the states altogether, and just went with more cities and regions. It's kind of an imagined United States. The cities are pretty good. I mean, the cities are large. They represent, I really get the feeling like when I'm driving in New York that I'm driving in New York. As far as racing goes, this isn't GTA. You're not driving around destroying shit, hitting people, getting out of your car. You can't even get out of your car. This is a racing MMO. You'll see we have Washington down here, and then countryside, mountains, and all kinds of stuff to explore in between. There's pictures of other players on the maps. These are players, I guess, in my instance that are driving around. I can meet them, race them, and add them to friends or challenge them and do co-op missions with them. All kinds of shit going on here. That's pretty much the map in a nutshell. You'll also see as I mouse over these things, you use the map a lot. It will tell you what bonus you can get for the car you're driving. So if I do this escape skill, I will have at bronze a +3 upgrade for an air system. That just gives you an idea of, is this worth it or not? Do I want to go back? Do I want to grind out points for my kit? So let's take a look at the HQ, which is in every region. It is the place where you can go and fix up your car, repair it, spend skill points on the perk tree, check out your collection, check out your progression. Let's check it out. Entering my headquarters, you'll see down below is a chat window. I usually hide it. Anyone I play with in this game, I use TeamSpeak 3 outside of the game and talk to them that way. I don't see many people using the channel at all. Of course, there's just, a free ride channel that I don't usually go to. I'm going to say right away, I am using a controller. You may notice the Xbox buttons popped up down on the right. This is on PC, but I really recommend you get an Xbox controller of some type to hook up to your PC. Windows supports it. So as you level up, you gain perk points. Perk points are spent on the perk tree. You unlock new tiers of the perk tree as you advance through the story, and they work by each person you meet in these new zones gives you access to a perk tree. So you'll see here, I have 5 of the 6, and I've been investing in things like NOS, a little boost there. You can get everything from acceleration to extra XP, extra bucks on certain things, cheaper costs. There's all kinds of stuff. It's a beautiful addition. It's a nice little bit of progression on the side as far outside of the car customization. And you'll see down below, I can add perk points because I have 7. I just don't know where I want to spend them yet, so I won't do that right now. But you can also buy perk points with crew credits. You could take the car you start with, kit it out properly, and still race with that at the end of the game. That's what I like about this game. Even if you're 10 and you're facing a level 50, it's not a huge difference. It is there, but it won't make or break you. When I was level 20-something, I was racing guys who were level 50, and I was holding 2nd, 3rd place, 1st place in a race. He didn't blow me away. Now, this was just one guy, and I'm kind of just sharing based on my experience, but that's how it worked for me. It wasn't a difference of like, oh my god, this guy's going to kick my ass because he has a 900 rank street car and is level 50. It helps, but it doesn't mean everything. You fuck up once with that kind of ride in a race, that could be the end of you. So maybe I was banking on that. You also have a spot for progression, and you also have a spot for your hidden car. Your hidden car, you find parts of it by finding wrecks throughout the world. There's one for each region that I've seen so far. This one's a street car, which would be appropriate for the region I'm in. The collection board. This board is available everywhere, in your tuner, in your HQ, and in a car dealer. It will show you everything you have access to. It'll show you the cars you've bought. So these different classes provide far different experiences on the road. Full stock, no one drives full stock. I guess you'd only be driving full stock if you want to try the car, and basically you could take them for test drives maybe that way, or you can't afford a street kit yet, which I don't see happening. And then your street kit is your decked out, modified, pimped out rides. We all know what I'm talking about when I say that. Dirt, you're spec'd for dirt tracks. Think rally cars. It's fucking awesome. Dirt is probably my favorite type of racing in this game. Performance, your faster Corvettes, some McLarens, Dodge Vipers, that kind of thing. That would fall into performance. And then raid being customized cars meant for raid. Raid is complete off-road. Kind of reminds me of like dirt biking. It's insane. It's huge jumps, no roads required. You can just let it rip and rip through any landscape. Your speed is obviously lower on these cars because they're more made for torque and just off-road performance. So here is my collection. You'll see I own some of these, like this Challenger. There's all different kinds of points associated with them at different levels. They rank up automatically just a bit as you go, but to get them really decked out, you're going to want to complete skill challenges and missions to get the extra points, performance points. It's the parts that give you these points. The better the parts, the higher the points. Different kits have different points. So you'll see here, my street spec Challenger has a different amount of points than my dirt spec Challenger. I've played my dirt one a bit more. And there's all different kinds of companies to choose from. many that are signed on. I'm sure there'll be others in the future. There are a select few that aren't in the game yet, such as Honda, Toyota. Maybe later on they'll catch on to how successful this game is doing, and they'll want to put their cars in, which would be amazing. DLC maybe? Who knows? Not every car can spec every kit. For traditional mainstream cars, you're going to be able to choose pretty much every kit, right down to circuit. Whereas some cars like the Ferrari 458, you can only choose full stock or performance. You can purchase from here, it'll put you to the appropriate spot, being the garage, or if you want to tune something, it will put you to the tuning shop. And you unlock more rides as you go. I've only have a fraction of them there. That wasn't every screen. Tons of cars in this game. And then we have our workshop, which is where you do all the beautiful customization for your rides. You'll see color, and now color, I'm talking different types of paints. Stickers, we have decals of sorts, all different kinds. You can change your interior, your plates. You unlock these as you go. Your bumpers, front, you know, all different kinds of kits that you could, an insane amount of rims to choose from. You could really make the car look like how you want to. That was just what I have in stock here. The tuner is a whole other story. You have access to everything you would buy for the car. Performance? You can go in, swap parts out. You would never really go backwards, so you're really going to take whatever gives you the biggest bonus to your overall car level. Now, if you do have some parts, let's say, that are, oh, this one's less grip, but better top speed. However, my car level drops by 2. Might be up to you, and you may want to switch that out for a bit more top speed. I tend to just take the highest end one that's going to put the maximum car level into my car, but you can spec a car giving it insane grip. There's so much to customize as far as performance goes, and it all works with parts. So each of these is a part category, and they can be won through missions and skills. There's bronze, silver, and gold. Depending on how well you do in a said skill or mission, you will get that type of part. So having a bronze part, you get no bonuses except for the core part. And then as you unlock silver or gold, you get an extra little bonus on top of it, which will give you additions to other stats on your car. I want you to note that this isn't a simulation. This is an action game. Cars are going to resemble how they would perform in real life. They're not going to be bang on. You're not going to be able to pick up a Corvette and say, oh no, that's not how the Corvette handles, or that is how the Corvette handles. They have this all wrong. I don't think they were trying to get it right. They wanted to make it progression, action-based. You know, for the masses, this isn't a simulation. It's an action driving game. Off the top of my head, the Nissan Skyline. That car should be, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments below, a four-wheel drive vehicle, but it's not in this game. It's rear-wheel drive. Most of the cars, all of them that I've seen so far, are rear-wheel drive. I haven't seen a difference between front, rear, and all-wheel drive vehicles. I just don't think it works like that. So it's not realistic in that sense, but it still gives you a nice idea of how a car might perform. In the game, anyway. Don't compare it to real life. Let's get out into the real world. I want to show you driving and how the smartphone works. You leave your HQ, instant, you're back in. Loading times are very short, whether you're traveling, loading back out of a skill, loading back out of a mission. I love that about this game. You can go anywhere and you don't have to wait, even if you fast travel. The loading is seconds. Not enough to even say it's loading. Up ahead, we have a jump. That is a skill. As you're driving around, they pop up as so. You just drive into them and do what they tell you to do. Boom, flying. Oh, bitch! So there you see, it ranks you, how you did on the skill. It's such a low, it was such an easy one, that's why I did so well. And minus 17. I'm not even going to bother. From there, we can view, see what's up there, or we can just send it to HQ. What I'll do. Will I ever use that part? Probably not. That is a mission, which I'm going to leave alone for now. Missions are just big races with some cool cinematics in between. You notice I'm on a bit of a dirt road here, so let's just switch it up. Grab your smartphone. You can change your radio stations. All different kinds of music, which is great. We love music and radio stations in racing games. Get back to your map, check your crew roster, mission diary, and your mobile garage. Let's grab a dirt car. Let's take my... oh, let's make it fun. My Grand Cherokee. Okay, it's pimped. It's spec'd for dirt. It's slidey. It's top speed. Can be fast if you get it moving. But it handles much better on dirt roads. Dirt, like I said, is my favorite type of racing. That is a player up ahead, so I could literally go drive right up to him, pull him up on this menu, which will show your friends and players around you. You'll see he's right there. I can invite him to my crew. I can invite him as a friend. I can then start and play missions with them. You can go back and play missions with friends. Oh, excuse me. With friends, even though you've already beat them, you can replay as many missions as you want. It's a good idea to switch to a lower-end car so you can actually reap the benefits from the mission. There are cops in this game. They don't get you for speeding, but they really hate it when you destroy property or hit other cars. And let's grab a performance car. Fast top speeds. Don't handle like a street car. You gotta take those turns a little easier. Very, very good acceleration and top speed. That's performance racing. Made for the street. We're not quite in circuit mode. I'll just show you another one. McLaren 12C. So you see how quick it is to grab a car. No big deal. Easy. Any point. What's that? You went off-road? Pull out a dirt car. What's that? You fell off a fucking cliff and you're stuck in the desert? Get your raid vehicle out. And I don't have circuit unlocked yet, but circuit are the supercars where you're probably going to want to keep them on a track. And you get those at level 40. Zones give you the kits, and the kits come as you level as well. So I'll just show you another street car for fun. Let's go with my Challenger. Fun to drive. Handles like a Challenger. Big boat-like thing. Sweepy back end. These are location areas. Lots to see in this world. Monroe. Oh, it actually gives you a bit of bucks, a bit of experience. And it just shows you around. Those are all over the place. You can discover them for some free bucks. And now, I'm going to fast travel to the Mountain States. Let's hit up Vegas. Go quick. Done. Let's get a raid vehicle out. Raid's just fun. My RUF, also known as Rough. Oh, what's that? Desert? Yes, please. There's nitrous, which you can upgrade a bit as you go. And you'll see here, I'm just off-road handling fine. Let's climb that mountain. I'm going to show you another skill. Again, these skills are diverse. There's all kinds. Certain favor certain specs. That's okay. You can do them with any spec. You can do them at any time. You can do them as many times as you want. They keep giving you rewards. Like I said, guys, the progression is absolutely insane. There is so much to it. I can see myself playing this game for a long time. If I grab the points, you should get a better score. You're going for at least a bronze. That's a ghost car. But you know how you're doing. Oh, come on. Silver. And I already have it. Convert to bucks. Done and done. Look at that world. Vegas down there. Got the rolling desert on this side, and it's all explorable. Oh my god. Like, who doesn't like doing this? I know that's a wide open area, and you're like, what the fuck? I hope it's not all wasted land. It doesn't all look like this. We are in the desert, so realistically, I think they wanted to keep it looking like the desert. And last but not least, there's PvP. So any of these yellow icons will throw you into a designated area PvP game. So example here is the south. Waypoint it and travel there. You can fast travel or you can jump right into play. PvP and missions, you can click right on play if you've explored that area. And that will just warp you right in. So PvP, it's pretty basic. There's faction versus faction, a lot of endgame stuff, and then there's more free-for-all racing, which the master of the lobby will get to choose the type of race, and from there, the players can then choose their car and decide on what vehicle they want to use in the match. And as you go, you can also discover these satellites. And what these satellites do is reveal all of the skills that are available to participate in on the map. So you can basically drive to them and, oh, that one gives me X number of points. And you'll see that blip going on. That is the data point. And I got out my raid car to go find this blip on the map, being this data point. You just follow the sound. They're not always this easy to find. It'll go into a little cutscene, which will show you the area and everything it's unlocking. The world's fucking huge, guys. It's huge. And it's fun to drive in. And then it unlocks all the skill points on the map. And there it is, guys. The Crew. An open world racing MMO. Never thought I'd see one, but here it is. Ivory Tower did a wonderful job. A lot has gone into this game. People are going to complain about some of the mechanics, some of the physics mechanics, and about how the cars aren't overly accurate as to what they would represent in real life. But around that, get over that. It's not a simulation, it's an action game. If you like that kind of racing, did you like Burnout Paradise? You'll love this. Promise. If you like MMOs, challenges, PvP, co-op, showing off, The Crew might be for you. And that's The Crew in a nutshell. If you have any games you want to see covered in Should I Buy It, please just let me know. Throw it in the comments, hit me up on Twitter, whatever. I'm here, I'm listening, and I'll do it for you. Let me waste my money so you don't have to. I'm Shizwack, all one word. Catch me on Twitter, Twitch TV, and YouTube. Have a great one, guys. Peace.